Well, I'm back from South Central Oregon, August 19th, 2015. Sweaty, dirty mess. For the Phoenix Rising Project, this is Matt Ravenhook, and I'm here to show you the foundation trench is finally finished. Hallelujah, brother. Next step will be to put in the rubble. Before we do that though, now that we got a footprint on the ground, thought we might like to take a little tour. First off though, give a major shout out to my friend and fellow YouTuber, Spirit7, who lent me the selfie stick, which I'm now using to film this video. If you like motorcycles, some interesting conversation and the occasional funny accent from time to time, his blog has a lot of fun stuff on it on YouTube. Go check him out. Major shout out, Spirited. Thank you. Behind me here is the entranceway to the house. We'll go in through the entranceway, and then we'll end up in the living area. Right behind me here, where that stake is, that'll be the central heating system of the house, rocket mass heating system, which when the time comes I will go in depth and show you every step of the way. But a major component of the energy efficiency of this home, and everything is designed for easy heating from the central heating system. The living area is large and spacious. There'll be windows over here looking out. There'll be windows through those walls looking out over the valley. It's got a nice organic flow to it. And over here on the east side of the house will be the bedroom. Enter into here. Might as well take advantage of the selfie stick and nice aerial view here. Nice space for a walk-in closet here, which I'll be putting in. You have your bed here. You can sleep on them when you're exhausted after a hard day's work. And then you can come out here through the door again. And then behind me, this area back here is going to be the kitchen. Be a window out there looking out right along that back wall there. That'll be the sink and countertop area. And over on one side you'll have your range and more storage and storage above. And then on the other wall here you'll have your refrigerator things. And then over on the other side, towards the west side, this will be the utility area. You go inside the utility area, your well will be here, my well. Right next to it will be the storage tank for the water, all enclosed, won't be exposed to the elements, won't be much easier to heat, won't have to worry about it freezing in the wintertime. And on the inside, probably around here, I'll have our electrical station with generator, batteries, electrical controls, charge controls, things, whatever a bus system of electrical generation I eventually end up installing. And then in the back here, the nice 7-foot wide service entrance. In case I ever have to do any maintenance work on the well or anything, haul large appliances or anything in or out, got an excellent place to do it. Walk out of the utility room into the central living room, and over on the east side of the house, this is the restroom. Over here, out of the way, nice and private, be the good old John Crapper. Special design for that too, which I will share when the time comes. Another way to make things more energy efficient. I have the sink over here, facing towards the east. Probably a window and things to look out. And then over here, in this area here, will be a nice large shower, walk-in shower, with a bench and things. Be very nice, very luxurious, very convenient. and everything that a guy needs. I mean, what else does a guy need? He's got a living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. That's it. I still cannot believe that I dug this enormous pile of dirt out behind me by hand. It's just amazing. Shows what you can do when you're not watching TV all day. Take a closer look at this here. It's amazing how many different geologies you could find in such a small area. Like over here, which was from the bedroom area, you have a much higher concentration of shale rock things. A little clay, a little sand. This area here, which came mostly from the living room of the house, some clay, but a lot of them, some shale, but a lot of clay mixed with some sand. Over towards here, this area has a lot of clay. I mean, look at how that balls up, and that's dry. That's not even damp. Excellent material for earth bagging. It's like I have a smorgasbord of different soil textures to choose from mixing. Just out of digging the trenches, I haven't even dug my main hole for my main building materials yet. Over here I have more sand, for which could be handy soil amendment. The big grasshopper right there. So in just this small area over here, a few hundred square feet, I got like 5 or 6 different soil types. We had a large variation of rock in just a little area. Like over here, towards the east side, a lot of shale. You see some big shale I pulled out of there. Very soft, very malleable. I notice it's always closer to the trees. I think one of the reasons why it becomes like it does, I think the trees like to send out their tap roots into this shale, break it up, and then they extract the minerals from the rock to feed themselves and build themselves, so that leaches the minerals out from the shale, from the rock, and turns it more shale-like. Now, as I got more towards this area, farther away from any large trees, I started noticing I was running into different kinds of rock. Like out here. This is a form of granite. Much harder, smaller. This was probably what that shale used to be before the trees sucked the minerals out of it. Very hard. Every time you hit it with a pick, it rung your chimes, man. More than a few expletives were let loose on hitting those. And then, funny thing is, I came down towards this part, the southeastern part. I hit different kinds of rock again. And with different compositions, and quite a few of them I noticed were iron. They were hard, but not like granite. They had iron in them. Looked like maybe some magnetite. They were reddish and blackish. The reddish might even indicate a little bit of mercury mixed in with the ore in a natural state, like this guy here. Sort of a reddish rock. You don't normally see that kind of rock around this area, but it was sitting there underground. It's amazing the variety you have in such a small area. Well, finally got them in the mail. My building material. That's what 1,000 Earthbags looks like. It's gonna be fun when I finally get to bust that package open and get to work on them, which should be pretty soon. Foundation's coming right along. Well, getting started here. My assistants are busy pouring rubble into this trench. Real deep side. It's taking more and more, pulverize all this junk and everything and turn it into something useful. These real deep trenches are going to have rocks lined on the bottom, give it enhanced drainage and stability, especially on the uphill side where the water might tend to collect more, and enhance stability. But it's coming right along. This is just a few hours worth of work. I gotta tell you, I had a few misgivings when I saw the rubble being poured in, because I thought maybe it might not be the right consistency. But then I got to work leveling it and tamping it, and I was confirmed in my choice, because this stuff, you put it in there, it compacts as hard as concrete, man. If I'd have poured a concrete footing in here, I don't think I'm going to get a better undersurface. And fantastic material for leveling, because it has a tendency to tamp level. Very easy to level. So I'm going to be able... I did some preliminary leveling with the bottom of the trench. I got it fairly close, and now with the rubble I'll be able to fine-tune it, and by the time I get it all laid in and tamped down, I'll have a nice level reference point all the way around to start building up my walls. So finally, here we are, August 29th. A little dirty, finally changed my shirt. A little tired, but the rubble trench foundation is finished, level, ready for construction. The destruction phase is finished. The construction phase is about to begin. Leveling this up was actually very easy, just using a 2-foot spirit level and my A-frame level. The main thing was this area right here, the northeast side. This is where the ground really raises up here, several inches. So in order to avoid having this foundation to be too deep, I ended up constructing a small retaining wall out of concrete piers from that were left from my old house that burned down. I put a concrete pier and a cement block in there, which raised that up about 8 inches, filled it in and tamped it, and started this at a new level, higher level, forming the house to fit the site. So this side is going to be a little bit higher, and then I continued my leveling from there. And then when the time comes, I get my first foot or so of wall up above the ground, and the time comes for me to install my stabilized earth flooring. When I level it, what's going to happen is I'm going to form the earth. It's going to cut, and this will end up being a step. This part of the house will be raised up, this part will be lowered down, and when I dig all this up and scree it level and mix in my Portland cement and stabilize it, it's going to form the floor level to the foundation. But the rubble from my house performed very well. Down at the bottom of some of the deep trenches. It's an uncharacteristically blustery day, by the way, so I may have to raise my voice a bit. The bottom of these trenches are filled with rocks and things to give us a better footing. But everything's installed, all level. This part of the area is lower. This trench is level with this trench. Using my A-frame level, I was able to get them at the same height from each other. It was actually very simple. I just had to step my A-frame level along and either remove or add material as needed to make a nice level area, and then I used the spirit level to double check small areas as I moved along. It only took me 2 days to level all this. 2 days of actual work. It's been a month. It took me a month to build all this, but I was not working on it the entire time. I was also having to work a full-time job during that period. So I figure I only spent about 10 days, 10, 11, 12 days, about a week and a half, a week and 3/4 of total work on this. Now, one of the things that helped me along was when I had to go to work. When I was at work, my 2 assistants, my 2 family members, they were able to bring rubble from the old burned out home site and pour it into this trench. So when I came back, all I had to do was spread it out, tamp it down, and level it. This foundation is finished. It's good, it's solid, it's firm, it's level, and it required just a lot of elbow grease and perspiration, and very few tools, very simple tools that almost anyone has or can easily acquire at their local store, and very little expense. As a matter of fact, so far, including the sandbags, I have only spent about $300 total on the construction so far. The tools were very simple. A wheelbarrow, a tamper. I got a good solid steel tamper. It only cost $30. Flat shovel, spade, pick, and axe. You need the axe to chop through large tree roots when digging the trench. And for smaller tree roots, I just had a pair of long-handled loping pruners. And that was all I needed. And then A-frame level, tape measure, 2-foot spirit level, which was $15 at Home Depot for a quality one. And that was all I needed. So far I have a surveyed, leveled foundation. I have materials for my walls. And so far I have spent about $300 total. So this is working out to be an incredibly economical method of construction. Has a lot of potential for people who are low income, under impoverished circumstances. If you're willing to work hard, you can build a house much more inexpensively than standard construction. And as an added advantage, it will be natural, non-toxic, and conform to the area. Very flexible. Those are all things that I hold to be very important. There's great future and great potential in this method of construction. In these uncertain times, with uncertain economics, uncertain political theater, uncertain supply, food chains, things, we need to be doing this. This is a way of the future. So, at the end of August, the destruction phase is finished, the construction phase is ready to begin. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for next episode, in which I will show how to construct an earth bag out of stabilized earth and start building the walls. This is Matthew Ravenhook from the Phoenix Rising Project, August 29th, 2015. Celebrating a finished foundation. Signing off.